nothing related to our game, but it is semi-breaking news. It's confirmed by Liverpool Football Club that Virgil van Dijk, their inspirational centre-back, is going to be out for a long time. We don't know how long. We don't know if it's for the season, whether he'll come back towards the end of the season, but we know it'll be for a while. He's going to have surgery due to an ACL. How much of a blow is this to Liverpool as they look to defend the Premier League title and to compete in other competitions as well, Tom? I mean, would you put them as favourites? Did you put them as favourites before the season to win the title? Where do you stand on them now?
I wouldn't have them as favourites now if Van Dijk's missing.
But before Van Dijk got injured? Before the season started?
Yeah, they were probably just about favourites, I would say. But as we've seen with the results and performances by a lot of teams, this season is probably going to be one of the closest contested Premier Leagues that we've ever witnessed. But for me, if Van Dijk is out for the season, if you've got to rely on Gomez, Matip and maybe Fabinho playing, and they're your three centre-halves, it's going to, especially the amount of games that Liverpool are going to have to play, it's going to be a long season for them. And we've seen in the past when Van Dijk's missed one or two games how much they miss him. Just a calming influence back there. Even it puts the opposition off. No striker wants to try and run him. No striker wants to try and wrestle him. But now teams will be going to Anfield or playing against Liverpool in general and licking their lips at whatever back two they manage to put out.
Yeah, it does change the landscape, doesn't it, Carlton?
Yeah, most definitely. It does. It's a big blow for Liverpool, but I do really think they have good cover. I watched Fabinho have an outstanding game against Chelsea earlier on in the season, and he was fantastic in that position. And I think for me, he was man of the match for me. The way he controlled Werner, Tim Werner, he was really good that day. And if he can fill in the gap for a while until they get in, because they're going to have to go, if they're not really happy about everything, I think they might have to go into the transfer market in January, most definitely, to get cover. But for now, getting from now to the transfer window, I think they've got good cover to try and stop the gap that obviously Van Dijk leaves. But it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here and what direction Jurgen Klopp goes with. I'm very interested and intrigued who's going to be filling in Van Dijk's gap.
Yeah, it should be noted, though, when Fabinho did play as centre-back, he had Van Dijk next to him to perhaps guide him to be what we mentioned earlier on as a vocal leader. They're definitely going to be missing him. Again, we're not entirely certain for how long, but it is going to be a fair amount of time.